I will say. But yeah, they talk about the Q situation. They're like all the headlines are debunked alt right radical right wing conservative conspiracy theory debunked, and this is why. Or Pizzagate, same thing. It's like,
Hmm.
but you guys keep bringing it's almost 2 years now, and you keep
Of
talking
collusion.
about this thing as though it's fact, but you still have not given any evidence. We have a lot
Right.
more evidence for all of the quote unquote conspiracy theories. Every single one, no matter how asinine, if somebody believes like a generally accepted conspiracy theory, they've got way more evidence to support that ludicrousness than yours, which has zero founding whatsoever.
Number 5, I like the title more than any of the other titles. Number 5 is Stop Being Such Fucking Assholes. If that doesn't say it, nothing will get it across. If U.S. intelligence agencies weren't torturing people, they wouldn't have to lie about torturing. If U.S. intelligence agencies weren't surveilling U.S. citizens, they wouldn't have to lie about their surveillance programs. If agencies weren't constantly committing horrific atrocities to protect the interest of the powerful from the powerless, everyone would trust them and you'd stop seeing all these ridiculous conspiracy theories about what those agencies have been up to. Call me crazy, but I've got this wild notion that maybe if highly secretive defense and intelligence agencies weren't inflicting unspeakable acts of depravity and degradation upon humanity all the time from behind the veil of government opacity, humanity would be less paranoid about them.
Can you even add to that?
No, you can't. Like I said, it speaks for itself. Stop being assholes. And finally, number 6. Maybe try some fucking democracy for once. People are beginning to notice that no matter who they vote for, they get the same exploitative neoliberal policies at home and the same murderous neoconservative policies abroad, which doesn't do much to dispel those wacky notions about a permanent unelected government pulling the strings while the official elected government puts on a pretend democracy show every few years. It would probably be a good idea to do something about how America has the worst electoral system in the Western world, how ordinary Americans have virtually no influence over U.S. policy or behavior compared to wealthy Americans, and the way the rigidly enforced two-party system necessarily creates an extortion scheme where both parties serve the same plut- plutoc- plutocratic interests but bully Americans into supporting one or the other under the threat of losing civil liberties. And again, I hate to be a wet blanket. I've never referred to myself as a wet blanket, but cool. I hate to be a wet blanket, but those defense and intelligence agencies technically are unelected and technically do wield an immense amount of power and technically do have an immense amount of influence over Washington, Wall Street, Silicon Valley, Hollywood, the mainstream media, big oil, plutocratic interests. I want to know what that word means because I can't pronounce
Just
it
keep
or
talking.
understand it.
Keep talking.
U.S. allies, world trade, and countless major world events. By restoring power to the people instead of leaving it all in the hands of an elite class of secretive agencies and their plutocratic allies, people might feel like they have a bit more control over what's going on in their country and won't have to make up nonsensical stories about a deep state. If we could pull these steps off, what will these conspiracy mongering grifters have to sell to the naive populace? If everyone trusts their government and feels confident in the democratic process, who will believe stories about powerful unelected forces ruling over them?
Pause.
You certainly.
Plutocracy. It is a noun. A country or society governed by the wealthy. The 1%.
Bernie Sanders said it correct. You certainly want to have 74% of them subscribing to this absurd deep state conspiracy theory, that's for sure. She says, then she just credits herself. That's the end. So she says, thanks for reading, and lists where you can find her
Hmm.
entire reader fund. Her daily articles are entirely reader funded. I like her. If she has daily articles, I wouldn't mind checking them out.
For sure. Save that link because
For shizzle.
I mean I don't know how I feel about the whole plutocracy jargon and banter, but yeah, mostly just because anytime a Republican wins and they win in the what's the word the not the
Yeah.
popular vote but the other one.
The Electoral College.
Yes. Anytime a Republican wins in that and they don't win in the popular vote, then the Dems are all up in arms like we are now, and vice versa. I don't really know. I don't want. The problem with the popular vote is that most of the people live on the coasts, and the coasts have starkly differentiating belief systems politically than people like us who are more centralized. I don't know what the
Right. We
answer
would
is.
have our vote would matter very
It
little
would
living
matter
in.
less. She's saying that every vote should matter. It's like our vote would matter so much less if it was just every single individual vote counts. It would matter much less. But all in
Right.
all, that article I think is brilliant, and I love 99% of her points. It's the 1% that I have the problem with. Um, yeah, good stuff. Again, send me
I
the
like
link to
it.
that, and
I shall.
I will post it somewhere. If not here in the forum, and if I don't post it, Craig will post it in the forum. I've
Hmm.
decided. Brandon Kruckenberg says John's mom has 3 kids. One is named April. The second is named May. What's the name of the third kid?
John.
Yep.
Sorry to spoil it so quickly.
March.
Oh, I was about to say obviously June, and then I was like, wait, no, it's John's mom
Yep.
has got
That's
it
that's
going
like
on.
Kim and Kanye naming their child. I think the first one was named North, so its name is Northwest. Or I think Ralphie May. He had good names for his kids. Rest in peace. Ralphie May named one of his. I think it was his first kid. Um, what would it be? I don't know. It was some month name that worked out in
Like
the
April,
same.
May.
Yeah, I think it's first. Either the first name was April. It definitely wasn't March. I don't know. I don't know. Look into it. Look into it. Fact check us on the non definitives that we're saying. So yeah, good article, Craig, and good news all around. And we are.
Mhm.
I'm not. My timer reset. We're now at 8 minutes and 18 seconds. So I don't really know how this works. If it started a new live thing, but we've still got a couple people listening. Do you want to give a fake news report before we check out here?
I really got to get going.
All right. Well, typically,
We'll do some really good fake news next time.
we probably won't. We always say that, but then we don't. Um, but for those of you, if there's any of you who are not already Downers Club members, this is a segment that we did in the Downers Club as bonus content for all this time, and now we are bringing it live. And future episodes, the free live episode will be shorter. We will do a free live episode, which will be about an hour, and then we'll hopefully I'll figure out how we can switch over to the Patreon and give the Patreon subscribers even more fun bonus content. But typically, what we do in these episodes is we end on a fake news story where we just make up some fake news, and it's a lot of fun. And it usually sounds more realistic than all the actual news. But
What we really should do is just kind of mix in the fake news story unannounced, like in the middle somewhere,
and
and
you have
let
to
people
guess.
just assume or guess which one's the fake.
Yeah,
And we could do even like a contest to see who gets it right first, like who posts the fake one first, like in the comments, that person like wins something.
I've thought about doing something like that, but then I don't know. That gets hokey. It becomes like There was
Your battery's dying.
some series, some TV show where it was like, we're gonna give you 3 real stories and 1 fake one. You got to guess what it is. Like, that just means there's gonna be 5 minutes of my life where I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and then at the end I'm gonna be like,
damn
disappointed. Yes.
Anyway, just to point out to you, your camera's gonna die.
Yep, I'm glad everybody can see that. I always have the option of switching over, which I don't know if you can see, but I can switch over to my actual cam. But we can wrap it up there because my camera's gonna die and Craig's gonna die and everybody's gonna die if we continue this. It's been fun. It's been a long episode. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned. We will be making announcements in the System is Down forum on what the future will be of the Anti-News and when you can expect new live episodes, hopefully on a weekly basis, as long as Craig's schedule will allow. But
Mondays work great.
Okay.
We should go with Mondays for now.
We shall see.
At 9/11.
Tentatively,
I wanted to do it at 9/11.
That's the plan. At 11 minutes after 9 is the plan on Monday nights. All right, but thank you guys so much for listening. And if you want all the bonus content from the past and from the future, go to patreon.com/the system is down and sign up for as little as a cup of coffee a month. And one more thing before we go, Dems just chimed in and said, thanks for the stream. Have a good night. Dems, you are my favorite person in the whole wide world. And now I'm going to go be with my wife. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you hopefully next week. Stay tuned. Get into the System is Down forum at tsidpod.com/forum. That's where you can find out when for sure the next one will be. And my wife is outside the door shouting at me. Not shouting. She's just making snide comments that only I can hear. But Craig, it's been fun. Thanks for being here.
It has been really fun. It's been quite a blast. I don't really have anything else to say.
All right. Well,
so I think we should end.
And now she's knocking on the door.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. I was going to end with a song. I was going to end with a song, but it looks like there's going to be an ad playing. But
there you go. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain.